Hello there. Will Scotland be allowed to vote again on independence? That's the question. And the Supreme Court in London will answer this question on November 23rd. And Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon wants her compatriots to vote again in October 2023. So in the struggle for an independence referendum in Scotland, the highest British court wants to make a decision next week. The Supreme Court in London will announce its verdict on November 23rd. As I said, that's what the court announced on Wednesday. And Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon still wants her compatriots to vote again in October 2023. The plan hasn't changed yet if the court gives the green light, whether their part of the country should become independent of the United Kingdom or not. So far, it has been assumed that the central government in London has to agree to such a referendum. Sturgeon is now asking the Supreme Court whether she has the authority to schedule the vote without that approval. In October, the Scottish and central governments presented their arguments at the Supreme Court. Court President Robert John Reid then announced that the decision would take a few months. Now the court seems to have come to a verdict faster than expected. However, observers do not rule out the possibility that the Supreme Court will not declare itself competent on the matter. The court's decision is considered an important milestone for Scottish independence supporters. In the first referendum in 2014, a majority of Scots voted to remain in the Union with Great Britain, to stay in the EU though. For London, the question is thus decided in the long term. But Sturgeon rightly argues that Brexit, which the Scots clearly rejected in 2016, has changed the situation. She wants to lead an independent Scotland back into the EU. And she's absolutely right there. Really, I don't know how a government can deny that. The situation today is a completely different one than it was 2014. The Scots will have to make the decision, but let them make this decision. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.